Hey everybody, Dale from Moments of Adventure. Hey, we have a how-to today, or a how I did it today, not a how-to, it's how I did it. So those of you who have been following know that we have a bunch of solar up top. We got about 800 watts, and we got a new lithium battery, about 300 amp hours. The problem is my converter, which is an older converter, does not charge lithium batteries. So my lithium battery can get down to like 30% even though we're plugged in hour after hour after hour. We can be plugged in for 24 hours and it just won't charge the lithium battery. It's not sensing that it needs charge, since the lithium battery always shows 13 to 14 volts. So I bought a lithium compatible converter and we're going to get that charged out. So stick with me and let's see what we can do. This is the converter that we bought. It's from RecPro, got it off Amazon. I think it was about 149 bucks. It does have adjustments here, and you can use it for lead acid or lithium. There's a little turn screw on here, and what we're going to do is we're going to turn that turn screw to 14.6 volts. So it's constantly putting out 14.6 volts. The battery, the lithium battery, has a battery management system already built into it, so it's not going to allow it to overcharge the battery. Once the battery gets to 100%, that BMS is going to cut off the charging. So let's get this unboxed and I'll show you what's going on here. First off though, we gotta find out, where's your converter at in your camper? Now we have a 2020 Road Warrior fifth wheel toy hauler. Our converter is behind all of that. So it's actually behind this wall right here. So what I need to do is take all this out, take that piece of wood out, access the converter, unplug, plug the new one in, bada bing, bada boom, as they say, and Bob's your uncle. So let's get this taken care of and see what we have going on. So, dog carrier for the bicycle, isn't that nice? The mat, and the Starling pole. Actually, it's not too bad in here, really. So I just need to grab a drill and open this up. I need to put these somewhere I'm not going to lose them. So right there where I will lose them. So let me get you back here, show you what's going on. So behind this panel, we have our hot water heater bypass. We have this receptacle here that's going through the GFI. We have this receptacle here that I actually installed that's running off our inverter. That way I can plug things in here when we're not running the generator or we're not plugged in. And back there is what we're replacing. So for those of you that already know, but this is for those of you that don't know, this takes 110 volts or 120 volts from when you're plugged in or running the generator, and it changed it to 12, 13, or 14 volts to run all your DC appliances, lights, jacks, slides, everything that's DC powered. So it goes from 120 AC to all your 12 volt DC. Now the problem is this also charges my battery, but the lithium battery needs about 14 volts, 14.6 to be exact, to charge. And that's only putting out like 13 some, and then when it senses that it has 13 volts, it's going to stop charging. Well, we don't need that. We want it to charge constantly. So let's get this unplugged and pulled out. We're going to unplug it from here. And then on the other side, get you in here, might have to turn a light on. There is some cables going to the battery. So we'll get this lit up, and if I can crawl in here. They don't make these cargo spots for everybody. I'm going to unhook this. That's the power to the 120. And I am going to unscrew this platform so I can get a better look at how it's all hooked up. There we go. It's really interesting what stuff they put 15 screws in and what stuff is barely holding together. These two wires are going to the battery, positive, negative. And this is what's charging the battery up as well as what's running everything off 12 volts. Let me get that out of the way for you. So these two wires are what's running to the battery. So you have AC in, DC out. So we're going to unhook these and that'll go to the new converter as well. So let's get these undone. Suppose you're going to need some Allen wrenches. Well, let's see what we have for Allen wrenches. So who else has a nice set of Allen wrenches, but they're all dumped in your tool bag from going down the road? So now we got to pick one by one, see which one fits. That would be a no. Try this. This would be a no. I think I found it. Let's see if this is it. That is not it. Found it. After tearing apart the tool bag, going into the side-by-side, looking at my tools there. Now, see if I can pull these out without short-circuiting. Remember, these are just 12 volts. They're not going to hurt you, but you don't want them to touch either. Old one is out. Let's take a look at our new one. So, got the plug in. Got the plug in. And down here, positive, negative, ground. Now what we are going to do is this thing right here, we're going to turn this to 14.6. So I need to find my small screwdriver and give that a whirl. See if I can get this turned with the razor blade. Okay, I think that's it. So let's get this one installed. Now I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to plug this in and I'm going to grab my tester and see what kind of voltage the tester's running at. .7. That's exactly what we need. .78, close enough to 14.6. Actually, 14.7 is actually a little bit better because that lithium battery will charge at that. So that's good. And this uses a real screwdriver and not some hex bolt. So I'm going to grab a screwdriver. We're just going to put these wires back in. I'm going to start off the hot, so it's not touching any grounds. Hot to positive. Negative to negative. Positive on positive, negative on negative. Then we have the ground right inside there. A cheap thing is that. Let's plug this in. See if we have any sparks. Don't see any sparks. Those are tight. Oh, no, that is not tight. Off. Dale. Well, that's why we check it. Okay, let's do this again. But Dale, how are you going to know if your battery's charged or not? Well, let me tell you. The lithium battery has a battery management system that has Bluetooth. Pulled it up. Yeah, baby, it is charging at 56 amps. Now this is a 75 watt converter. And the battery management system is saying, we don't really want to charge at 75. And then you got some loss of efficiency going through those wires too. But 55 amps right there, it's working perfectly. And just for funsies, the solar is only putting out 35 amps right now. Actually only 500 watts. But to the battery, 35.16 amps. So we know this charge isn't coming from solar. It is coming from that converter. So we're good. Now we just need to screw it all down again. I'm not a big fan of how this is going to turn like that. So I'm going to take this off so there's not so much of a strain. Free the wire. That looks better to me. Much, much better. Alright, so we just need to screw that down. Where's all those screws out that I said I wasn't going to lose? You know what? Let's screw the wood down first. Make that a little even so my OCD doesn't go. There we go. Solid. Alrighty. So there you go. New Rec Pro 75 amp battery converter. If you're curious, that's my transfer switch. I had to replace that at one point too. Fun times. But let's just get this buttoned up and we'll take some more measurements on the voltometer. Alright guys, I am finished with that. Man, crawling around in the storage unit of your camper is not fun. I know it was kind of dark in there, but you get the gist. Pulling out the old converter, putting in the new converter, that is now charging at a whopping 55, 57 amps, which is great. It'll charge that battery up from completely dead to probably full charge 5 hours. Not that we're going to get it completely discharged, but much better now, much, much better. We're back where we're supposed to be. So thanks for watching this. I appreciate it. See you guys later.